You can never run a railway without signals, especially on a busy railway such as the Fat Controllers. Signals are used to show oncoming trains when it is safe to proceed and when to stop, emergency or not. Every wise engine knows never to pass a signal of danger. Diesel, however, thought the opposite. He hated signals.
Come on, I'm going to be late with my train again and this dratted signal doesn't change. Oh, for buffer's sake, come on!
Morning, Diesel.
What?
Lovely day for it.
Why does he get to go first?
Diesel was sitting in the yards one day when Edward was close by. As usual, the shunter was complaining.
3 times this week I've been delayed, old timer. Do you hear me? 3 times! Then to make matters worse, the Fat Controller has been on my case each time when it's not even my fault. It's these pesky signals that slow an engine down, sir. I've passed multiple signals at danger and never had an accident. We'd be better off without them, if you ask me. I mean, honestly, such trash, such tripe. They don't even look nice. Have you looked at them, old timer? They're just sheets of wood. They're no better than the common sleeper.
I didn't ask you, and I find your intolerance towards signals quite unnerving. All those times you've gallivanted past danger signals, the only reason you haven't crashed is probably because the signals are holding up trains elsewhere due to your silly behaviour. They are there for a reason, even if you can't see it.
I don't appreciate the looks you're giving at me, Edward. Ah, you steamers are all the same. Always abiding these silly little rules. I'll show you, Eddie. Just you wait. Eddie.
I'll be waiting until the day I retire, Diesel.
Diesel was seething. He left to take a goods train from Wellsworth to Brendam Docks. When he arrived to collect it, it was nowhere to be seen. Diesel was about to search for it when the Fat Controller appeared.
Diesel, I suppose you're wondering where your train has gone. Well, there's been a change of plan. James has taken your train as you were late. Again. Now that means you will have to take his passenger train. It's not ideal, but you'll have to do it.
But sir, I can't pull passengers. You can't allow this. They always moan and complain about everything, and it's just... Ugh.
But at least you'll have something in common. Collect your coaches and be on your way. No delays.
This made Diesel even more cross. He banged the coaches and scuttled over to the platform. Waiting for his passengers to arrive, he looked up at the signal in front of him. It was set to danger. In the distance ahead of him, Thomas was approaching. Diesel's signal dropped and he started with a roar.
Diesel? Oi! What are you doing? You're supposed to be taking my passengers.
But he was already out of sight, still fuming. Further up the line there was a junction. A track gang was working on one side of the line. It is vital here that the engines obey their signals to keep the workmen safe and avoid any accidents. Diesel approached the track gang quickly. He crossed over the points and completely ignored the fact that the signal was against him.
Oh, bother that signal, bother these workmen, bother everything!
Donald was approaching from the other side of the section. His signal was down, so he thought the line was clear. But it wasn't. It was only when the brake van passed the signal that he saw the danger.
Ah, stop!
Wah! Here comes Diesel!
What on earth were you playing at, you muckle nuisance? That was my right away.
What right of way?
The signal told me to go. Signals, you know, that thing that tells you to stop and go and keeps the railway running without disaster.
Eventually, Percy arrived with the breakdown train. The Fat Controller was aboard.
And then there was trouble.
I must say, Diesel, I find it very ironic that one of the slowest engines on my railway can be the most impatient. Then, to make matters worse, you didn't even collect Thomas's passengers like I told you to. Bertie had to do it.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
Well, it's a good thing too with your silly antics. If those coaches were full, I can't imagine the injuries you might have caused. Perhaps now you'll be more sensible when it comes to signals.
And with that, the Fat Controller left an unhappy Diesel, a very angry Scott, and an incredibly smug Saddle Tank.
Oh, honestly, Diesel, signals aren't that difficult. Green means go and red means, not go. Even I know that. And I've had to deal with backing signals. Now that was weird, because Duck said backing signals are just normal signals on the Great Western.
If I could be re-railed faster and be rid of this green nitwit, that would be spectacular.
Ah, I blame you for this.
Me? You can't possibly blame this on one of the most revolutionary diesels around.
For pity's sake, be quiet.
Now Gordon makes fun of me all